Good Saturday morning. Dark still here. Very close to dark at our studios. David Keever, Mike Powell, Brett Keever, Lenny Anthony this morning.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit of hoops.
Yeah, I thought
this morning.
the tournament might bring Lenny out.
Yeah, I love it. They told me it's his favorite time of year.
Yeah, me too.
Right?
March, baby.
It is.
He does everything he can to
Where are the odds of March?
Christmas is what I call it.
yeah.
First thought came in my mind, and Lenny and I have already talked some about the collapse, the Carolina collapse a couple nights ago. And do you pick another team to pull for, or do you just go game by game?
I kind of go game by game.
I think everybody does that.
Yeah.
That's, is go game by game. If
I enjoy the atmosphere and the stories that you
Yeah.
hear from the different
yeah.
stories that come out during these guys you never heard of in some cases.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I like to see players from all over the country. I mean, I think that's in teams and the sites. It's just, great time of year.
But wow, how the landscape of college basketball has changed just over the last 3 or 4
Oh,
years.
yeah.
Just over the last 3 or 4 years. You can lose your entire lineup and be loaded again. I mean, we see some of that. And
You had a team last night late that advanced Miami. Isn't that a completely different roster
Yes.
with that
Jay Lucas.
Lucas has put together?
You know, and then even Virginia, basically, they're
Totally
revamped.
totally
well,
revamped.
don't Duke, who's the number one seed, aren't they a whole new starting five? Is there a starter in that lineup that started last year?
No, it's totally new.
Not really,
Yeah.
because that's right. Yeah.
Now Florida's kind of kept theirs.
They got a couple guys,
They
a
kept the
couple of the
front
same.
line, didn't
Yeah.
they? A couple of
Yeah.
post.
I'm not sure. You guys will have to tell me about UConn.
Some of them.
Some.
They got some Carabin. He's been there
Carabin, he's
3
been there
years.
a couple years, yeah.
I was thinking about my bracket last night, and I told Lenny, I've already told him, I picked Carolina to win one game, and then it was going to be Illinois.
Yes.
Is that right? And I just went, I thought Illinois would be too tough for them, especially with the injury. And on the Duke side, I picked Duke to win 2 games.
2 games.
Yeah. And after watching St. John yesterday, I'm glad I picked Duke to win only 2 games.
Yeah.
That's a machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
That is a machine.
But why is
They are
that?
going to pressure you the whole game, and Duke don't have the depth for that.
Yeah. I've never seen a regional that loaded. Have you?
Yeah, no.
I mean,
Whether
come
you go
on.
by teams or coaches.
Yeah. You got Hall of Fame coaches all over the place and blue blood programs all
Yeah.
over.
Whoever comes out of that probably won't win a national title because they'll be so
Yeah.
they
drained.
beat up on each
Yeah.
other.
You'd think that helps, and it could help, and especially if you got depth. And I don't know which team has the best depth.
So right off the
in that
bat, we
bracket.
have St. John's in Kansas, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's
Like at
second
noon
round.
today.
Tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow.
Tomorrow, that's right.
They played last night.
Yeah, that's right. It's hard to remember when half the bracket's Saturday and half the bracket. They don't play the whole bracket on the same. Everybody don't play on the same days it's in that particular bracket. But we're going to get Lenny's opinion a little bit here on. Obviously, I'm sure I didn't. Social media probably blew up after the loss, after the Carolina loss, and
And that was going to happen.
yeah.
That was-
I'm guessing that most people that got on probably said it's time for Davis to go, although there are probably some that took up for him, but they're not likely to get on there and say anything at that time. It's the ones that want him to be gone. And
What is this? 2 straight exits in the round of 64. Isn't that right?
And shouldn't have been there last year.
No.
Really.
No,
if you
really.
really want to get out into it.
And they barely got in.
Should have been in the mix last year.
Yep.
but now he does have a national championship game appearance
He does.
on his resume, right? Was that his second year?
No,
First
that's
year.
First year.
That's first year.
Somebody
Hadn't been
else's
that
team.
great since his
First year with Roy Williams Town.
That's what I was going to say. Somebody else's team.
Yeah, he wrote.
And I
He'll
don't.
always have Caleb Love, but
I don't mean to throw rocks, but everybody talks about, yeah, they went to the championship game, but I know where they were at 4 weeks before that. If they don't beat Duke on Krzyzewski Day, I'm not sure they make the tournament
Yeah,
the
Right.
first year.
that's right.
But that assured it. They were in.
It did.
But what, they were like an 8 seed that year, and then they got,
'Cause they had to play Baylor
they were in
next
Baylor's
year.
region,
It was a
and
one
Baylor
seed.
had some injuries, and
Did
wasn't
they
a
play?
great 1 seed, and Carolina knocked them
Carolina
out.
beat Baylor. Okay.
Baylor, yeah. Overtime, I believe it was.
Yeah. But yeah, I would like, the listeners.
But that
this
team-
morning,
that
or
Carolina team
fans
wasn't-
especially.
That wasn't
their opinion.
a crazy talented
It
team.
wasn't a vintage Carol. I had love.
So I mean, yeah, you can say it was with Roy's players, but those players weren't.
Well, if they weren't,
great.
if they weren't the loaded players.
I think they got more talent
that's
now
a
than
plus
they had,
for him to stay
than they had
you know,
then,
if he-
or they're getting more talent
if he
now.
got there with a team that wasn't loaded. Last year, what was their how far did they go last year? Did they make the tournament?
They lost in the first
They
round.
Lost in the first
Play-in.
official game. They won the play-in
Okay.
game, but that don't really that's not considered.
No.
You got to play in to get into it. So
Yeah.
they lost to
What is that noise I hear?
now who it was.
Y'all hear it?
Ole Miss.
That's
In
right.
the round of 64.
Ole Miss,
Yeah.
an established basketball power.
I would be interested to hear from some of our Carolina fan listeners. You ready for him? Ready for Hubert to go? Ready for him to stay? If he's going to go, would it already be done?
His,
I'm
his,
not sure yet.
his buyout's not that much. $5 million.
5 million.
That's
and
not
it-
much.
It drops to 3.
And by today's
That'd be
standards,
much to me. I'd take.
Yeah.
Well, I just
For the first, it drops to 3 something.
I just think this year
Wait till April Fool's.
with Caleb Wilson, they were a Final Four caliber team, and without him, they weren't very. I mean, they weren't real good.
Right. That's right.
That's true.
I don't think anybody in here expected
And
them to
that's
win
what
more
he's
than
got.
one game in the tournament.
That's what he's got going in his favor. Is
Yeah.
Injuries.
the people
The,
that are
uh,
saying he should stay say he was without his best player. Now I disagree with that because I think the best player is Trimble.
That he's not.
But in my mind, but what about you, Lenny? I mean, I like Trimble
think Wilson's-
just as an overall
I
player.
think Wilson's he was the player that was necessary to
Yeah,
advance.
if he's the age of Trimble, he's the better player because he's got that experience. But I just like Trimble, and he didn't make very few mistakes, and I mean, he's just a solid player, and he's a senior,
Yeah.
right?
This-
So,
yes.
yeah, so Trimble's
But
a senior.
no, Wilson, he
This-
just had
this is-
unreal
and like I
talent.
say, I'm the wrong
He does.
person to be talking because there's one constant that's been in those teams, and
Okay,
it's Hubert Davis.
yeah,
That's and I'm like, you're talking to the wrong man because you've kind of known how I felt even last year.
well, you're going to have to answer a question I don't know because my first thought every time somebody's ready to fire a coach is, who you getting?
Who you
I don't
got?
know.
Who you
I
getting?
don't know.
Well,
you know?
let me ask you this. Isn't it time finally to go outside the coaching tree of Dean Smith?
I
Come
think
on.
it is. Well, I'm gonna say this, Mike. I said this the other night as soon as the game was over. I don't know where you turn. I don't know where you go. If they're vowed and determined to stay within the family, I mean, I don't know who the movers and shakers will be, the deciders, if it happens. But the other night I said, but to me, it's just time for a change.
Yeah.
Just to go.
Yeah.
Whether it's somebody on the staff already there or. Wes Miller's got a blemish now being fired at Cincinnati, but if you're
Right.
going to stay, to me, it's just time for a change.
Stackhouse,
Yeah, Stackhouse.
and is it Greensboro or where is
He's
he?
somewhere in the NBA right now.
Oh, in the NBA.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
at Vanderbilt for a few
Okay.
years.
he was at Vanderbilt.
I don't even know what happened at Vanderbilt. I don't know if his record wasn't good or if he left on his own
I think
terms.
he got fired. I think had a couple year good, had a good year and then a bad year. That's the guy whose name I've heard mentioned.
Stackhouse.
If you go outside.
Oh, outside.
The Vanderbilt coach.
Byington at Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
That's a name.
Yeah.
Of course, and then I've heard this name mentioned too, Billy Donovan.
Oh, yeah. That would be.
If he is interested in leaving the pro game, that was kind of. But
That would
but
be a
that's
home
but
run.
that's way out,
Yeah, it'd be a home run hire if you could get Donovan.
How quick will we learn if he's staying? I mean, if he's staying, nothing will ever be said. I would assume.
I would say in the next, sometime this week.
Somebody's going to have
Really?
to
My
issue.
I mean, I'm just saying, if he's staying, I think you'll hear in the next
And
week.
you said Donovan, but if you go down through these schools that are in this tournament, you could probably find coaches that,
Up and comers, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
would be a great step up to go to Carolina, you know, and they would definitely, you know, I mean, I don't know them all, but just, you know, some of the teams that make a little run.
Yeah,
in
well, so I
here.
think sometimes these big schools make a mistake. They hire
Yeah.
these coaches that take a mid-major and win 2 tournament games and think they're, you know,
I think they're a genius.
yeah.
Right.
That can happen.
I don't see him going that route.
Right.
That somebody that's.
But with the
got-
way-
if, and all this is a big if, you know.
With the way recruiting works now and the transfer portal and all that, they can't wait. If they're going to fire him, and they can't wait long.
Well, that was kind of what there's a $5 million buyout, but if you wait till April 1st, it drops to 3. But I'm thinking, if you're going that route, you got to make the move
Well-
sooner than that.
Look what happened last season. We talked about Jay Lucas. I mean, he left Duke's staff immediately. He
Start
didn't
building
even
the team.
start building the team. He didn't even get to the NCAA
Now,
tournament with Duke.
I will say this: there's a little bit of wiggle room more this year because I think they have backed up the opening of the
Yeah,
portal.
they have.
Whereas in the past, you know, it opened as soon as the conference tournaments were open.
Yeah.
They at least are going to wait till after the championship game this year.
But
But I
Duke's-
still think you need to make a move. If you're gonna make a move, you need to make it before April the 1st, or you've already got to have in mind who's coming, so he's already working, even though maybe he's not officially hired, if that makes sense. And he may not be, because it may be somebody that's in the tournament too. You know, you don't know. I don't know.
Duke's already got 2 assistants that are, one's leaving for sure, and there's another one being, I think, interviewed by Charlotte.
One guy's leaving to go where, I mean, yeah, I heard that the other day.
I can't remember what school he's
This
going
can't
to.
be the long
and
time guys that are sitting on
It's
the
not Carrawell.
Yeah.
Sean Carrawell.
I mean, I don't think he'll get that opportunity.
And he's the one that's
Again.
been there
Probably. Yeah.
He's-
the longest. No, it's 2 guys that are pretty new to the staff.
Is
That's
it-
right.
is-
But that
is one
Duke's
of them
going to
the
have
guy that,
turnover like
came
that.
from
Was
the
it
NBA.
Elon that had been a head coach before, and then he's?
I don't even know their backgrounds. I don't even know their
There's one
names.
guy that came. He
I
was the
don't
head
really.
coach at
I mean,
Elon
Duke's-
about 3 years ago. And
So they're not
Not
former
him.
players.
When
No.
Shire got the
Yeah,
job,
it's
then
not
he came
him.
to Duke.
It's a younger guy who had been in the NBA as an assistant, but I can't think of his name.
Richard says, well, it's all over sports websites. A buyout is coming. One site says imminent that it's gonna happen. But you know, I could see that on websites, but you wonder where they're gathering their information from, who the source is that's telling them that. You know, I mean, some people definitely would have an insider, you know, as part of the program, but some people might not. And it's easy to, you know, to say it right now. I mean, what's stuck in everybody's head is the 19-point lead and it vanishing.
It's Evan Brads, and he's going to Belmont.
Evan Brads.
And then Emmanuel Dildy is the one that Charlotte's in pursuit of, I guess. And I don't know his background.
Is this who you want, Richard, or are you hearing this somewhere? He said Mark Few or Scott Drew, maybe candidates for.
Big time name.
I've heard Drew mentioned.
But how old is
Few's
I don't
getting
think
a little bit
Mark
up.
Few's
I heard
leaving.
Few
Yeah.
mentioned back
He's up there.
the first time. I just don't see Drew. I mean,
No.
Few this time.
Yeah.
Mark
Because
Few's
you're talking about
63.
5 years out more. I mean,
Yeah.
that's he's getting.
And I'm not sure this would have been the season to. I don't think they're quite as good this year. You know, everybody has a drop every now and then in talent, but obviously he has proved over the longevity he can coach
Oh, yeah.
and recruit.
So
you
can
know.
Drew. He's got a national title
Yeah.
at Baylor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he still there?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
still there.
Still at
He's
Baylor?
still there.
Yeah. Okay.
Mark Few is he's from Oregon,
52.
and he's been on the West Coast
I'm guessing his age.
his whole career.
I'd say 60.
He's 63.
63.
Yeah, he's getting up there. I mean,
I was
I'm
trying
not
to give
saying
him
he still
benefit of the
can't
doubt.
coach.
He's been their head coach since '99,
And you know, I
Do you want a 63-year-old though?
I
No.
just don't see that happen.
No.
I think
and he's
that-
been working at Gonzaga since '89.
No, he's a West Coast guy. I mean,
And the only way you bring him in, he's going to try to be there to stabilize for the next one. If you go get a guy like
That's
that,
right.
that's
Yeah.
kind.
That's right.
But then I'm gonna mention the name I mentioned a while ago. Do you know he's 60? Billy Donovan.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize he would till I heard that. Yeah, he's 60 years old too. You know, I mean, I can remember seeing him play
Well-
in '87. You know, but I guess that tells you Lenny.
I hate to say it this way, but he is a young 60.
Yes.
He's a young 60. And I look at some of these other guys, like how old's Patino?
Oh, he's 70.
And never
74 or 5.
don't look it, don't act it, don't
No,
look
he
it.
never have.
You know, so some people are just in that kind of shape that
I know.
it don't matter. Now,
Well-
Larinaga looked 80 whenever he was 14.
No.
To give you a measurement of Patino not looking old, you do know that he coached Donovan, and Donovan was his assistant coach. And if he's even 76,
Wow,
then,
did
you
not know that.
He was 16 years.
He's
not-
mid
something
70s.
that's-
I'm
He's
pretty
73.
73?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's one thing you never know what would happen, but I would be afraid as a Mark Few to go somewhere that it might not work.
I know.
You
Here
know,
you are, 64,
and
65.
take away a lot of his legacy that he's done.
I might be wrong. I don't see that one happening. Now,
He's
5 years ago, because
Yeah.
Roy anointed Hubert, but him and Few were friends, and he was in the mix in a general interview.
Yeah.
I don't think he interviewed, but I think that was more of a Roy friendship thing. But I don't see that now. With him being, what'd you say, 63? Few.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that would sort of
63.
dampen his legacy at Gonzaga.
That's right. And he's been there so long. He is Gonzaga.
He is Gonzaga, and he's
But
done
he's
a
never
good
won a
job.
title.
No, he's not won a
But
title.
they've been to the finals, what, twice? At least
Been in
once.
the championship at least.
Made the championship twice.
Twice.
Carolina beat him, and
They've knocked on the
Baylor
door.
beat
Baylor
him.
beat him, didn't
Is he already, or will he be in the Hall of Fame?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he's all
I agree.
Because I kind of agree with you. Yeah, he's never won a national championship, but in some ways, you still almost look at them as a mid-major, even though they've overcome that now.
Yeah.
Because they don't, they boost their resume every year by paying great non-conference
They do.
teams. Because now that climate's changed a little bit because there's a little better teams, and they're moving on to. Aren't they going in that with Washington State?
They are.
So-
That conference, what would it be, kind of trying to refit the old Pac-12, right?
Right.
Best coach comment of the morning so far comes in. Patino may be in his 70s, but those strippers keep him young.
I like it.
Let's see. Richard says my pick would be Brad Stevens, but he will not come unless they give him $15 million, and they're not going to do that. And you know what? That would be a guaranteed 15 million too. It's not like your buyout's this.
Yeah.
With
I'm
him,
like Richard, that was the name he'd run through. But
Yeah.
when he turned down to even consider the Indiana job last year, he's where he's at.
he's still Celtics
Yeah, he's
GM.
still Celtics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I heard that was the first team Indiana.
I know there's pressure as being a GM, but not like there is as a coach. You know what I mean? So maybe
But
maybe
you're
he
pretty-
likes that role and don't
Could
want it.
be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just, I'm sure he could have had a lot of coaching jobs if he wanted them.
Certainly.
By now,
Oh, yeah.
if he wanted to step back out and do it, he could have been just about anywhere that the job came available. But if he hasn't done it by now, and I don't know how old he is, 45?
49.
49? Yeah, which is not old at all. He could still coach 20 more years if he wanted to get back in it and do that. But you think that, GM is still don't get me wrong, it's still a tough job, a mental job, but it's not the day-to-day grind that actually coaching.
We're sure
on the
going to go
court.
if the coach fails and is fired. Sometimes you're going to, if you're the GM.
Not likely to happen in Boston, though, right now.
No.
Not for any.
He's in good shape.
Yeah.
I don't know. Where do they look? I mean, I think it would have to be an established coach.
Oh, it's going to be an established coach.
I mean,
I
you're not
think-
going to
I mean,
lure. You're not
Like
going to
Lenny
lure
said,
Tommy Lloyd.
there's
from
not there's
Arizona.
not that many alumni that
Right now, the coaching tree is not.
what the record's kind of okay since Dean Smith. We had Roy, When did Doherty
Um,
come along? Because that one didn't work either.
Well, Guthridge was first.
Guthridge.
Guthridge, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Guthridge departed
3 years,
in
right, for
99,
99
98 or something. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was there 3 years.
And then Doherty was there about 3 or 4.
He was kind of the caretaker until the next one.
yeah.
Guthridge was.
Guthridge was.
The belief, the thinking was that Williams was going to take the job.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that, Dean Smith made sure that Bill Guthridge got the job.
Yeah.
That was
The
the
long-
that was the loyalty
faithful,
thing.
long-time
That was the
loyal
loyalty thing. You know, I
Right.
think Dean Smith knew he was retiring
Yeah.
in March of that year, but he announced in November
Yeah.
when practice was always on, and that was strictly to make sure, because I think there
This-
would have been a push
this
for
transit-
Roy even earlier.
I
you
do
know,
too.
And
I do too.
and I respect that loyalty that Dean Smith
Mm-hmm.
did. I don't really think Guthridge wanted it, but he's kind of putting a
Yeah.
rock in the hard place when when you're in preseason practice, and well, you got to take this job, you know, because there's nobody.
Yeah.
We have discussed and give some of our comments this morning, especially Lenny, on what he would do with the situation. Monty just now says, good morning. Monty's a Carolina fan. Keep Hubert, let Hubert go, make a change. Which way would you go, Monty? No middle of the road there. It's just keep him or make a change, you know. And the thing he's got going for him, if Monty wasn't listening earlier, he had one of his best players out for that game. But what hurts and what really shows up is 19-point lead in the second half. That's what's against him right now, is the 19-point
Yeah,
lead
it's
in
one
the
of the
second
biggest
half.
meltdowns in tourney history.
Yeah, Carolina's usually on the other end of those kind of.
First round
Comeback.
ever.
First round ever.
ever.
Yeah.
High,
Yeah, probably wouldn't feel so bad if they had just lost, been down the whole game
Right.
and lost.
It wouldn't be no, it
well,
wouldn't.
I heard a guy.
It wouldn't.
I heard a guy on a blog. This was on Wednesday, and he was talking about. He said, if they get beat tomorrow, he said, who knows? I don't know what may happen. He said if they win on Thursday, and then he said they're probably going to get beat on Saturday anyway. He said I'm saying they won't play Illinois. He said he's probably got another year. But then you fast forward to that next day. It wasn't the fact that they lost.
It's not the
It's
loss.
the way they lost.
Right.
That if
It's
it
not
just
the
went,
loss.
there'd have been some outcry if he'd lost the game. But the way this game was lost made it what's the word? Exacerbated it. To the point where
Exacerbated it.
Yeah. It did, and that's what stuck in everybody's mind.
And he
almost the
didn't.
worst nightmare.
I mean, he didn't manage the game
That's-
well at all.
But see, that's been his problem as a coach, is it not? That's been his problem as a coach,
A buddy
is
of mine-
in-game adjustments.
A buddy of mine, as soon as we text each other, and he said, "Y'all be fired tomorrow." Of course, I knew that was the moment. But like he said, you have the lead, you've got the ball, you've got a timeout in your pocket, and you don't burn a timeout and get a 5-second call. I mean, that's just coaching blunder. And then you call a timeout. You call a timeout with 8 seconds to go, and
What do you got?
You really try to screen off and free up a guard, let him get in the action, and then
Yet you got your big man way out there
I mean,
in the
it just-
front court handling the ball.
yeah, right. I mean, it just made.
Yep. All right, Monty weighs in. Monty says, I don't think they will fire him.
I'm kind of like Monty. I think he gets another year.
Yep, I believe he will step away for the best of the program. So thinking I don't know about stepping away. I mean, that's money coming in and pride too.
I've
Pride
thought
too.
about- I've
Because
thought about what Monty said, and I kind of thought about when you said Guthridge. I think that's kind of what Guthridge did, because it was starting to slip a little bit.
Yeah.
It was. They did
Yeah.
make the Final Four.
And right.
First
It was like
year.
it was just,
But
yeah, that
Dean's
was
But that team was loaded.
Somebody else's team.
That team
He actually
was
made the Final
loaded
Four
with
twice.
talent.
Did he?
because the year he made it the first year.
Yeah.
Then the second year he didn't, and then the year that I think after he left, he made. But they were a surprise team that year. They beat Tulsa
did.
and Tennessee and got to the Final Four, but shouldn't have been there. That was
That
one of those
was with,
Cinderella teams.
Julius
Peppers.
Peppers, Julian Peppers.
Joseph Forte was a freshman that year.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, the team they had with Carter and Jameson, they
No,
should have won the title.
Should've
They were
won.
the best team in the country that year.
Dean left him in excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he knew that, and I think that's what he wanted to do.
Couple more here. I'm gonna finish Monty's. I stopped where he said, for the best of the program, he says, I'm fine with moving on, but who's next? And he's only making, and this is a deal too, something to think about, $3.7 million per year, $3.7 million per year. And if you go after one of those coaches that we've named, they're not coming for that. And
No.
but that
They might come for a double
money
digit.
shouldn't be an
I'm
issue
gonna-
at Carolina.
I'm gonna say these.
Money should not be an
And
issue.
this might be, that's a deal, but that should be a non-issue. If you're a blue blood, or if you think you're a blue blood and you think you're an elite program, then you need to pay like an
Gotta
elite
pay.
program. I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
That's
but I'm I do agree with what Monty said. I would, I don't think they want to fire him. Ideal situation would like to see him step down.
Yeah.
But I'm like you. I don't see that with the exception of this. We work out something and I still get the buyout, even if I step
Yeah.
aside.
Yeah.
It's going to be something that you and I will never hear what went on if he steps aside.
But then again,
and
too,
does the program.
there's usually so much pride in coaches and confidence that they think they can turn it, and maybe he can. I mean, he can, but that could hurt you
That's
in the
right.
long run because he comes back next year, he
Another
makes the
year.
NCAA tournament. Let's say even made the Final Four, but then the very next year he loses in the first round again.
Another year sets you farther
Right,
back.
right.
I mean, I know we live in a time now where transfer portal where you can it's a little different than it was 20
Oh,
years.
yeah.
You can build it back quicker, but
can
still
build it back.
you can almost get the what's the word on it, the Indiana syndrome, the UCLA syndrome that, well, is this program, do I really want to go coach there? You know, if you let it drag on too long.
And sometimes if you are elite and you fall out of eliteness, it's hard to get it back. Look
That's
at
true.
Indiana.
That's what's
They've been running through coaches like mad.
Indiana, UCLA. I mean, they've had a few good runs.
Yeah.
I mean, Cronin's won a couple of, and it's probably a good thing because I've heard some rumbling about
him.
You know,
At
Yeah, they had a Final Four
UCLA,
run
is that the
a
guy
couple
that's at UCLA?
Yeah.
I would not. I could not hire him for my program after he sent his player to the locker room.
Yeah.
You know, y'all guys remember that?
What was that again?
that was this year. Wasn't it? I know you don't.
The player got called for a flagrant foul. He pushed a guy in the bucket, and they didn't throw him out. It was just a flagrant one.
Flagrant one.
Removed by the
And
coach.
yeah, he made him
Sent
go to
the
the locker
dressing
room. You know, and that didn't sit well with a lot of people, especially people that do college basketball.
It's pretty tough.
That broadcast it and follow it and are analysts and stuff like that. That was not a good look. So I don't know.
Kind of situation like that, and I'm not a coach, don't know, but Cronin, if you didn't agree with the kid, what he did, you send your message by sitting him down on the bench,
Yeah.
and then you deal with him later.
Yeah, that's really
behind the
embarrassing.
scenes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That makes
Yep.
sense.
That's a
Versus-
public embarrassment
That's
for
right.
the player.
Because
Yeah.
if you stand behind these kids, even when they do things that are stupid on or off the court, you stand behind them as much
Yeah,
as you can.
as you
But
can.
you still can send messages by saying, "Here, you're gonna sit here beside me."
Yeah, that would have been appropriate
Yeah.
for a flagrant one. Maybe set him for a while. Yeah.
All right, a couple more rolling in here. Scott says, what hurts is two possessions at the end of regulation. Two possessions at the end of regulation did not get a shot off. Did not even get a shot off. I didn't realize that. I was not at home at the time. He said, I would not fire him, but I think they have to go, but I think they are going to fire him. That's Scott's opinion. He would not do it, but he thinks that
Well, do we know what he's lined up in
I'll say
recruiting?
this is Scott though. No, this is a joke, Scott. No former coach is for firing.
No, no former coaches for firing. What's in the
Mike,
cupboard?
Mike, I'm gonna go there too. The recruiting's been pretty good late, but I'm gonna go this route.
Did they just get a big
No,
guard?
no recruits above hiring a coach for the future.
No, yeah, that because
Carolina's done been there with when Mac Brown left to go to. I know I'm changing sport.
that's.
Mac
Oh, I
Brown-
hope you do. Yeah.
Mac Brown left to go to Texas, and Carl Torbush was hired. He was a defensive coordinator, great defensive coordinator. Some guys aren't cut out to be head coaches.
And he was one of those.
And one of the statements that was made, Brown probably had his best recruiting class coming in that year. And that included Julius Peppers and Ryan Sims, two future All-Pro
Yeah.
NFL players. Peppers said, "I'm not coming to Carolina if you don't elevate
Torbush.
And that's, I understand that, but Torbush is going to be there a whole lot longer than the head coach is going to be there a whole lot longer than the football player. And
Oh,
so,
yeah.
if you lose some recruits this year,
Even shorter for basketball
That's right.
players,
You know,
if they're that good.
That's
Yep.
true.
I was just thinking about Carolina athletics over the year. Thank goodness for
And
baseball,
you guys talked about
because the other two struggled.
you
I was
talked-
going to say,
Other two sports.
unless
Even Carolina made the tournament.
I know.
Everybody's going to remember how it ended.
This is an embarrassing year for Carolina unless the baseball team goes to the College World Series.
Which they
It's been
can.
a bad
And they
year.
can. They're
By
always
any-
good.
Right,
By
it is.
Carolina standards. You bring in Belichick,
And-
and that hadn't exactly worked
No,
out
it hadn't
yet.
worked
It
out.
might. But
Richard says he thinks that he'll go back to television. That's Hubert, that he thinks he'll go back to television.
we saw Bruce Pearl. He's on.
Well, if they sent you back to you go back to television, and you got ACC games, and that's all you do. And how would it be?
That'd be
I'd just say don't give me the
Don't
Carolina
give me
games.
ACC.
Don't give me Carolina games.
Send me the Big
Yeah.
East.
You go okay with the ACC, but I just don't give me.
But now I'm gonna
For a
say,
couple
and
years
I've been-
anyway.
I've been trashing Hubert, but I'm gonna say he is a Carolina man through and through.
There was no
Yeah.
I
question
don't
about
deny that. I think has great values.
Yeah,
But some guys sometimes are just not cut out to be the head man.
that's right.
Yeah.
And that's my disagreement. But he's Carolina man true and true. I mean, that's.
I could just
And
see.
it would be ideal if he'd step aside for the good of the program. But behind the scenes, paying the buyout, you know.
I'm not inside it, but I always think, the guy probably does a really good job of practice all week before the game preparation. It's just the bench coaching whenever he's situation
The
coaching.
adjustments, that,
Yeah.
you see in the games. Just like I was sitting there watching Virginia and Duke last season. And all through that game in the second half, both coaches were making adjustment after adjustment. And that's,
And you really see a lot in this tournament
If Shire
from
had
everybody.
gone to a zone,
yeah.
I think they would have lost that game.
And I remember late in the game, and an adjustment Ryan Odom made too was that Duke had went up a point, or there's up 3 points, and there's I don't know a couple minutes left, and they got it across center line, and they dribbled out there a little bit. Virginia did, and Odom called a timeout, probably 10 or 12 seconds left in the shot clock, and Sarah Caton said, why did I said, well, I said, I think it's a feel thing. Sometimes this is the most important possession of the game. They've got to keep pace, or it could go the other way and be a 6
Right,
point.
right.
And they called a
See that.
timeout, and they come out of it and scored. And Duke's amazing. They do that Krzyzewski's way, call a timeout. How many times out of a timeout has Duke scored over the years?
Probably 90%.
I mean, it's
Odom's.
that's just good coaching and adjustment.
I mean, Virginia has a prize in Odom. I like. He
Oh, he's
speeded it
good.
up. It's no longer
He's good.
that slow,
Yeah.
plodding
Right.
Yeah.
offense that Tony Bennett put people.
People are going to want to go play for that guy.
That's what I'm saying.
They are. And the state of Virginia is loaded,
Loaded.
with talent
You
every
got
year.
DC too. you got
And then
the whole
later on,
area.
the next possession, I believe Duke had the ball, and Shire called a timeout, and Corey Alexander even said, well, he was wanting so-and-so to set a screen, and he can't get him there, so he's going to call, and he called time, and I said, yeah, he's going to change the play, because what they were doing, wasn't, and that's just, it's a feel thing, but it's an adjustment, you make adjustments during the game, like you said.
Two things right here. Richard says that Hubert would be in the studio, not at the games. He'd be a studio analyst, which would make sense
like
too.
Bruce Pearl is right
Yeah,
now.
and Bruce, he'll criticize Auburn a little bit. It took him a while, but
Yeah.
I mean, he'll do it
He wanted to
now.
make a play for him to get in the tournament.
Yeah.
No, he's still doing that crap. I don't want to hear him at all. Bruce Pearl.
Really?
No, don't like him.
What crap?
He's going to criticize everybody but Auburn and the SEC because he
Well,
thinks
his
Auburn
son-
should have been in.
Now his son coaches there,
I
right?
know.
right.
That's why.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Last night he
okay,
was dogging
you
the
didn't watch
ACC
show I
for being
watched
3 and
then.
4.
You didn't watch the show I watched
probably
because
saw
I
what
saw
you
an
saw,
interview
Brett.
of him, and he said, no, they shouldn't have made it. Straight up. No, they shouldn't have made it. They had their chances, but no, they shouldn't have made it. That's what I heard him say.
But now on Thursday,
Did you see that?
But
No, I
I
believe
don't know.
I
Me and
did.
you maybe saw maybe it's on Thursday where all these others gave these scenarios, and he did say, "Well, I thought power ranking of the wins it had." So
Last
he
night,
went to bat till the
last night he was dogging the
He must
the
be,
ACC.
He must be bouncing back and forth.
And I don't care about the ACC. other than Duke, I hope they all lose. I don't care about them.
Right.
But he was talking about how awful the ACC's been in the tournament so far. I'm like, what are they, 500?
They're 500.
Been that
That's
awful.
not awful. Is it?
No.
Well,
He just thinks
not
he
great,
thinks
but-
his son should have been in over one or two of those teams.
Yeah.
And I don't. I mean, okay, put him in.
every
He's going
time
to lose the first
I
game.
will say
and
this:
stuff,
every
you
time
know?
I see him talking, though, he does throw that in there. That
Yeah, and that's probably the
that
biggest
Auburn
one he's
could've-
trading with State
yeah.
and SMU.
But that'll go away. I think it'll go away in time. It may not long as his son's coaching, but you know, would if you were coaching, you wouldn't want me taking up for you and saying you should.
You don't have to dog other people.
Yeah.
Just checking there.
Think
Hey,
about that panel, guys. What do you think? Who of the other guys on that one? You got Jalen Rose, Jamal Mashburn. I never liked Michigan or Kentucky, and then you got.
I can listen to Mashburn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can mute. I have a mute button.
Yeah.
So when
Remote and mute Rose.
yeah, if I need to. And he's not the only one. I don't mute him anyway, but he's not the only one. And he has really changed over. I think he's mellowed a little bit over the years.
Yeah,
too.
he
I think
has.
he was. I think he was a lot worse when he first
He's
got on there.
okay. I like.
Yeah.
I do like Weber on
Weber's great.
the broadcast.
Weber on Dan
Weber's
Patrick
good on
is as
broadcast.
good as you can get.
Yeah.
When Dan Patrick and Chris Weber are talking, it's always great.
Well, I heard Jimmy Jackson the other night on the broadcast. He's good.
Oh yeah, he's good too.
So all
He's-
those Fab Five guys, how many of them have gone into broadcasting? 3.
Are they the most
no,
famous?
Jimmy Jackson wasn't. He wasn't.
And the Jimmy Jackson, you think he played Ohio State?
Yeah,
Oh, that's a
yeah, he
different
wasn't.
player.
Yeah, yeah, that's a Jim. Yeah.
Okay,
I
They
was-
did have a Jackson.
My mistake. My mistake.
Yeah, that
They
wasn't
did have,
him.
yeah,
He
I
wasn't Fab Five.
Wasn't Miss Jackson, was it?
Yeah, Jimmy Jackson played. The one you're thinking of
Played at Ohio
State.
State. Gotcha.
Let's see. Ned says, tell Brett, tell him Brett, not tell Brett, tell him Brett, old Bruce may have made one comment about bad Auburn, but almost every day one has been chirping about them, not making it.
Well, and you made a statement. If it was you taking up for Brett, I did hear this about a week before the SEC tournament. They were already on Sun
Over there.
at Auburn, year one.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean that's
17, 16.
Yeah, they had a major drop-off.
So that might have been, some of that chirpiness might have been. I'm promoting my son to keep the job.
Yeah.
And I think he'll survive, but they probably ain't gonna be another year, or they gonna really be.
Yeah. Well, they did play the toughest schedule in the country.
Yeah, he
didn't
did.
they?
Yeah.
Brett,
Maybe
get
needs
your
to
lyrics
back
out.
Yeah,
up.
I'm ready.
We're gonna have to take a break right quick, but
all day
we
about
get the
this.
lyrics out. I want to read the messages I do have right now, though. Richard says, "I'm with Brett. Pearl is awful. He's the exact opposite of Clark Kellogg. I think Kellogg does a good job.
Oh yeah,
Kellogg's
Kellogg's
fine.
good.
Yeah, he's
He's
not.
okay.
Yeah, I think he's as honest as he can be whenever he's grading a
You
team.
can't be there for all them years and not be.
I used to
not
think
be
he was Ohio State only, but he's broadened his
Butch says, "Spot on, Brett, about Pearl. Never have been a fan." Let's see, where was where was Pearl before he went off?
Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah.
ran him out on the rail.
Monty says, "I love Weber also. Love how he doesn't know how many timeouts they had." Yeah, I mean,
Going back to
what I was going to ask you guys
Back in our elite days,
is that the
Monty.
best team?
Monty.
Is that the best team to not win a title?
No, I've seen this poll this week.
Well, I know who I would have.
I
It was
know who I would.
In my
UNLV in
lifetime.
1991.
Yeah, you're probably right.
What's
What?
that?
UNLV in '91
Yeah.
when they should have
The
won
best
back-to-back.
team.
Yeah.
It didn't.
Well, I go 1999 Duke against.
Okay, well, let's get to this break.
Listen, there's nobody though that didn't had 3 chances like Houston.
That's right. That's
Nobody with Akeem Olajuwon, and what was the real good guard's name?
Clyde Drexler.
Clyde
Drexler.
Drexler.
Clyde
Clyde
Drexler.
Drexler.
And a very good supporting cast, and they went 0 for 3. 0 for 3. I hated that. I hated that for them, and especially their coach back then, Lewis. Guy Lewis.
Good guy.
Yep. All right, we got lyrics from Brett, and then when we come back, I'm gonna give you some NCAA tournament trivia. Go ahead, Brett.
All right.
Well, I dreamed I saw the knights in armor coming.
Right back.
Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln has been serving the Piedmont of North and South Carolina since 1919. Sure, they deliver to your home with home heating oils. They'll help keep you warm, but they do a whole lot more. They feature bulk fuel delivery, on-site and commercial fueling, backup generator fueling, and farm and agricultural fueling. For home or business or farms, call on Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln, 704-735-2508. Online at rhodesandbill.com, located at 1404 East Main Street in Lincoln. Like them on Facebook too.
Buy more, save more at Lebo's Shoes, Western, and Dance. Check out your favorite brands from Ariat, Brooks, Wrangler, and more. Buy 2 clearance items and get 20% off. Buy 3 clearance items and get 30% off. Buy 4 or more clearance items and get 40% off the lowest marked price. Stop by any of their 7 store locations, including their new store at 2128 North Carolina Highway 16 Business in Denver in the West Point Shops. Hours Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sundays, 12 to 6 p.m. Shop online at lebos.com.
Get up to $3,000 off select Polaris off-road vehicles at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell, or get financing as low as 1.99% APR for 36 months. But that's not all. Get up to $1,500 bonus bucks on new Honda Pioneer, Prowler, Talon models, and rev up the new year with the new Slingshot. Get $1,000 customer cash, or financing as low as 1.99% for 36 months with no money down at Full Throttle Power Sports. 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver, or visit mooneyinsurance.com.
Trick One Automotive in Lincoln has just expanded their tire lines. Sure, they still sell Goodyear, Kelly, and Cooper, but now they also sell Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal. They have become this area's tire headquarters. If it's round and it rolls, you'll find it at Trick One Automotive in Lincoln. And don't forget, they do all types of automotive repair. This month, get a front end alignment for just $89.95 this month only. And one more thing, Trick One Automotive Center is now a distributor for Valvoline Oil. Trick One Automotive Center, 1924 Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Like them on Facebook too.
This is Creighton Kell with Kell Insurance. We have been helping people for over 25 years with all their Medicare needs. We represent the same national and local companies as the insurance agencies you see on TV. And you know what? We can sit down with you one-on-one and help you find the right plan just for you.
Kell Insurance is located beside the Cultural Center and behind Gillum Realty in downtown Lincoln. 107 North Cedar Street. Call 704-732-4646 and follow them on Facebook. Kell Insurance.
We are back. The conversations that go on during the break.
Yeah.
New podcast coming.
Cleaned up today.
This was cleaned up.
Yeah, we also cleaned it up.
We did.
The first thing, one thing on the break there, Mike said, surprised that St. John's was seeded so low after winning 19 of their last 20 games.
And the Big East tournament.
You know, I heard though,
Routing.
I heard of those 19 wins out of that last 20, I don't think any of them were ranked teams. Maybe one.
Well, that's right. The Big East, outside of 2 or 3 teams, not that great.
But they did smoke
UConn.
You know what?
UConn
I saw
twice.
I watched UConn last night.
Yeah, and UConn beat them
They're
by
not
30
very
one
good.
time.
They can't shoot.
How's UConn a 2 seed?
I know.
How's there a big difference between?
Yeah, St. John should have been ahead of UConn.
This is not vintage UConn.
I mean, that's the thing that.
I don't think. They got
I've
that
seen
big
non-vintage UConn win titles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They may.
And
They
you
may
build
go
your
on another
momentum
run.
in the tournament.
and they might have the best coach in the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Read your lyrics again, Brett. I think we got a couple correct answers. Did you guys come up with it?
I
It's
got
in-
the artist.
It's
I'm
in.
trying
I was
to
going to
think
say
of
it's in
the
Mike's
title.
wheelhouse there.
Yeah.
Well, I dreamed I saw the knights in armor coming,
I can hear it now.
saying something about a queen.
That whiny type voice, which I love. Don't get me.
Oh,
I'm not.
yeah.
I'm not criticizing. I love his voice. Played with several bands, I guess, coming through, but wound up being a solo artist.
This is
and
a
very
solo
good.
song.
Yeah, a solo one. Yeah.
And
Go
he's
ahead,
also
Mike.
from Canada.
Go ahead, Mike. Tell who it is.
Well, it's Neil Young.
It's Neil Young.
It's one of his
Yeah.
most provocative songs, lyric-wise. I can't think of the title.
Ned got it first. He said Brett's is a Neil Young song, but I can't remember the title.
That's me.
And Butch then weighed in and said Gold Rush. After the Gold
That's it.
Rush. Neil Young. After the Gold Rush.
Yep.
That's the correct title, Brett?
Yep.
Neil Young.
After the Gold
Yes,
Rush.
I do.
Is that from his Harvest album? Or
I think it's the album titles after the Gold Rush.
After the Gold Rush, okay. Another good album by him, yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
I'm learning we have a lot of Bruce Pearl haters in our audience,
Yeah.
which I'm neutral on him either way.
What was it
He
saying?
does a lot of stuff. I don't know if people know this behind the scenes.
does.
A lot of
Particularly the
donation type
relationship.
stuff and
Well, he can just
taking
that
kids.
one
Stay behind the scenes.
Yeah. He does a lot
He
lot
does.
with kids that are like kids with cancer and stuff. He
Yeah.
does a
He
lot of
does.
different
I have to
things.
agree with you there.
Yeah. So don't
kinda-
have to like him as an analyst, but I think he's a pretty good person.
He kind of reminds me of Digger Phelps, same kind of personality.
Yeah. And we lost Digger. What? How long?
How long ago did we lose Digger? I don't know.
And let's not forget who we lost yesterday. Help me.
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris passed away yesterday. Did I see he was 86?
86, wasn't he?
86.
I was gonna say Chuck Walker, but it's Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
I know
That's the
Chuck
first
Walker.
thing
He
I
don't
think
want,
about Chuck
he don't want you to cancel him out yet.
I don't see that Digger Phelps has died yet either.
Digger
Oh, really?
died. No,
Digger's still he's still alive.
Yeah, Digger's
Don't
still
dig his
alive.
grave yet.
Just see if his handkerchief in his pocket and his highlighter are the same color.
Yeah.
That was his trademark whenever he became an analyst. And speaking of, when we talked about UCLA and that long winning streak, Notre Dame's the team that ended that.
That's
I was
right.
watching that game. Who was the little? He wasn't little. But
Austin Carr.
No, the guard.
Gary Brokaw.
I didn't even one I'm thinking about. I was thinking about
John
somebody.
Shoemake.
John
Shoemake.
Shoemake.
And
Shoemake.
he's a forward and
A forward,
Dwight
okay.
Clay.
Okay.
Guard.
Yeah, that was. Listen to Lenny wheeling them off here.
Wow.
That is
When did
impressive.
Austin
I was
Carr
like
play?
you. I was watching that game. He
I was.
performing.
They threw the ball straight up in the air
Yeah.
and let the clock run. You know, they got the rebound, threw it up in the air so nobody could foul them or anything, and it took about 5 seconds to come down. The
Yeah, that
clock
was
ran out.
Bill Walton's
I was
UCLA.
sitting there watching it too. That
Yeah.
was-
What year was that? I hate to ask what year that was. 75? Or like,
somewhere in that.
yeah, I don't know. I'd have been a baby. No, I'm just kidding.
It was 475, David.
Was it?
Because,
I remember it.
Because
I can remember that. I can remember David Thompson playing against
Walton.
Walton.
I want to say
It was
73.
January of 74.
74.
Well, I was only 1 year off, and
Well, I only said that because Walton was gone. 75, I think, wasn't
Okay, State won it in '74 with Thompson. What year did Walton and UCLA
he? I believe that was his
win it?
last year. I believe.
That was his last
74, I believe.
They had
was
won
Walton.
it 2 years before.
so he went out as on the losing
On a
end.
lo-
Yeah.
I think-
I'm not going to say he went out a loser because he was not a loser. But
You guys remember
went out
that
on the
shot?
losing end.
Because 75, UCLA won it again.
They did.
But that was Gene, I believe that was Wood's last year.
It was.
And he had Richard Washington and Marcus Johnson.
Marcus
that kind of
Johnson,
stuff.
yeah.
UCLA had a few talented teams.
Well, yeah, and Wood, he retired.
They could get anybody they wanted.
And you know, Walton, who was it they played in 73 championship game? He made like 21 and 22 shots.
Memphis State.
Yeah.
All right, here.
22 of 24.
Here's my guidelines on the trivia today.
Okay.
My 3 guys in here with me cannot look it up.
Okay.
So, viewing, listening, audience, whatever you are, don't look it up. If you don't know it, just you don't have to say anything, or you can give me a guess. But don't look up today's trivia. Please just try and get it top of your head.
It's more fun.
Who is the only college basketball player to have 3 25-point games in the NCAA tournament as a freshman?
Oh, good one.
As a freshman. The only player in NCAA tournament history to have 3 25-point plus games. 2 of them were in the 30s.
I got a guess, but it's just a guess. I don't know.
It's not Pistol Pete, if anybody has Pistol
Did
Pete.
he ever play in the NCAA?
I don't know if it did.
Played NIT, I remember that.
Yeah.
Who's your guess, Brett?
Carmelo Anthony.
That's
That
who
was
I'm
my
saying.
guess, and that was a bunch of people's guess.
That's
But
who I was gonna
but it's
say.
not it. It's not it. Because he was a freshman and he led them.
To the
They won it.
championship. They won
They
it.
won it.
Yeah, he was awesome in it too.
What was the error? Do you kind of know?
Yeah, I know exactly.
Don't need to know the date, but just the error.
The era. I'm looking here to
Three.
see.
You said 3 games, so they had to make a deep run, right?
Yep.
That's why I was thinking Carmelo played 6, so I thought with
This-
3 of those
I'm not
6.
getting any answers either, so that's good. I mean, that's good trivia. Whenever, but I will tell you, I'll give you the decade. It was, I mean, the year
Give me the
1990.
decade.
1990. 1990. No, Butch, but great. He said Isaiah Thomas. You know, he was a freshman and gone. So that's a good guess. That is a really good guess. I'd like to see what his numbers were in those games. The thing about Thomas was he about got as many assists in those games as he did points. So
Was it,
he was dishing it out.
The big dog?
Glenn Robinson. Nope. This is good. I like it. Think about it a little while.
The guy who later played for the Hornets, Larry Johnson.
No, but
Think
you're in
about
the
UNLV.
yeah, and you're in the right time.
Yeah.
You're in the right time period. I'll give you okay. He is from. This is going to really make you mad. The ACC.
Oh, has to be Leitner.
He is from.
Nah, he wasn't
the
a freshman
ACC.
No, that's right.
He would have been a sophomore. No, he wasn't there yet. He came in
I'll
91.
help you some more. Wrong team.
Yeah.
Wrong team. This team has missed the tournament more often than they've made it. We'll go with that. I would say they've missed the tournament more than they've made. That's just, you know, it's got to be close, but that's in my head.
Randolph Childers.
That's a good guess too.
Dennis Scott.
Ooh, you're on the right team.
Kenny Anderson.
Bingo.
Kenny Anderson.
Kenny Anderson.
Okay.
In the round of 32, he had 26 against LSU. In the Sweet 16, he had 31 against Michigan State.
Oh.
And of course, they're winning these games, or he wouldn't
That's right.
keep advancing. And in the Elite Eight, 1990, he had 30 points against Minnesota. So I like that. That's a good trivia.
Minnesota.
That's a good
Now,
one.
who won?
Who won that year?
Who made the Final Four?
I think they were in the championship, weren't they? Wasn't
No,
Georgia
not
Tech in
that
the?
year.
Okay,
No,
not that
Duke
year.
and UNLV were.
Yeah.
In 90.
90, yeah. UNLV beat Duke. So
Versus Lee.
who were the other 2 teams in the Final Four?
I thought Georgia Tech was in there, I believe.
They
For some
were.
reason, I'm thinking they were.
Well, it says the Elite Eight when he got it. They might not have played another game. They could have.
That's what I mean. I don't
Yeah,
know,
they
but
could-
I don't remember
Yeah.
Minnesota being in
Yeah.
the Final Four.
No, Minnesota hadn't been in the.
So it had to be
It
Georgia
had to be
Tech.
them, yeah.
They've been in one, but it wasn't that year.
Who Duke beat in the semifinal?
Minnesota's been in a Final Four. I had to go back to the 70s.
Clem Haskins took it. I'm
Did he?
pretty sure he took a team, and then he got in trouble. after
Now, what
that.
was your question, Brett?
I said, who did Duke beat? It was Georgia Tech and Arkansas were the other 2 teams.
Okay. In 90.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
So did Duke beat Arkansas
Yeah.
and UNLV beat Georgia Tech?
And Duke won it? In
No,
90?
UNLV beat
UNLV
Duke
beat Duke that
by-
year.
yeah, by 30.
Yeah, they did.
30, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. I
Yeah,
got another
Georgia
one.
Tech. Georgia Tech beat Minnesota 93-91 in the Elite Eight.
I got another one for you coming up here. in just a few minutes.
Hey, you know how many Dennis Scott had in that game?
29?
40.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Outscored Kitty Anderson.
Yep. Yep.
But he still had 30.
Yep. What happened to those Georgia Tech teams? Where are they these days? I mean,
Yeah, they stopped getting those good guards at some point or another.
What was the Bobby Crimmins connection to New York in that area?
Bobby Crimmins.
Yeah, they later had Marbury. Stephon Marbury. He was a really good guard.
Really good guard, yeah.
What was the worst spread of round
Where's
one?
Darryl Rimple?
Anybody know? What was the
That
worst
might have been
spread?
that Florida game.
That's the
last
one
time.
I'm
It was
looking
like
at,
60,
and that's what
wasn't
made
it?
me ask the question. 114 to 55. You know, you hate that for a team like Prairie View A&M get in, and then and you know, you knew they were going to lose. They probably knew they were going to lose, but you don't like to see it. Bad. Did you guys? Were you watching last night when the player from broke a tooth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
UCLA, yeah. He's
oh my God,
rough-looking guy already.
Oh my God.
Oh, you could just see it fall out right there on.
It made me think of Cheech and Cho. So the guy reminded me of.
He was just a little bit better basketball player than Cheech. But, yeah, the tooth was laying there. People didn't even notice it for a long time. And then a teammate of his walked out there on the court because he could see it from where he was at and picked it up. So at least that's the kind of thing now that can be fixed, you know, repaired, whatever it takes. But he didn't act like he was in a lot of pain. That's what surprised me. That he did not act like he was just smiling the whole time, showing it.
It had to be in something.
Showing where it used to be, whichever it is. But
kind of remind me of the USA hockey team from the Olympics, right?
We're going to leave Carolina out of this. We're going to leave. Well, we hadn't even really talked about Duke's game. Duke could easily lost.
Oh, that was
they
were on their way to an historic loss.
Yes, I mean I was texting Brett and I said he'd say they'll be okay, but then it got to the point I said I'm not sure they will because they were gaining ground in the second half, but they weren't gaining ground fast.
No, they had that 11-0 run, but then Siena sort of.
Then it went back their way.
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
Well, every time Duke would get it down to 3 or 4, Siena would hit a 3, and then there was a point where Siena stopped hitting anything pretty much. I mean, they had a long stretch where they didn't make a shot.
What did Duke wind up winning by?
6.
6. Yeah, I'm sure that didn't cover the
It
spread.
was 28.5.
28.5. Yeah. Who else? Okay, let's take Carolina now and Duke out of the equation. Who else has been one of the? Has there been other surprises? What has surprised you guys?
Who did High Point beat?
Wisconsin. I don't think that was a big surprise. It wasn't to me.
Well, it's their first tournament ever. I'm guessing.
No.
Is it not?
They made it last year. It was their first win.
Remember, Wisconsin beat Michigan this season.
Yeah.
I mean,
the thing now is, though, you can win. You can pull upsets off as a mid-major.
You can.
I don't think you can win the tournament.
No.
Right.
But you can pull off an upset as a mid-major.
You can.
With all the NIL money, I don't think we've ever seen the days of the what was the basketball team made the Final Four?
George Mason.
I don't think we'll ever see that again because
well, VCU made
the
it.
Florida
Final
Atlantic
Four is going to be loaded up.
And that was one of those like George Mason.
Yeah.
And San Diego State played for the.
From what I heard,
they played in the semis.
Yesterday, High Point spent a pretty good amount of money in NIL to bring in players.
Okay.
And that's a wealthy school.
Look, how many players on their roster?
I heard they got a great campus.
Wealthy school.
I would like to know how many players on their roster are from North Carolina.
I wonder.
I'm gonna go with 3.
But I want to tell you,
But if you're gonna be good, you gotta recruit nationally. You can't just get them from North Carolina.
the starting 5: 2 Texas, 1 California, 1 Missouri, and 1 Spain.
Spain.
That's their starting 5.
Starting 5.
I want to go on that Spain recruiting trip.
They actually had
Maybe not right now.
2 guys from St.
You
Louis.
know, the guy that's the coach there.
2 from Spain.
2 from Spain.
I don't even remember his name. The coach at High
Well, I've
Point.
never been to Spain.
But this is his first year. The guy that was the coach last year that took him left the head coaching position to go to Creighton as an assistant, as an associate head coach, which kind of like a coach in waiting. Obviously, he was a Creighton. Creighton was where he was at before he came to High Point, so he went to Creighton, sitting in waiting for McDermott's job, I guess.
Yeah.
This is the. I guess it was his assistant. I don't know.
Yeah, I just wondered, do they have any from North Carolina?
Yeah, I'm looking at their actual website roster now, and they have several, 5, 6 that aren't even from the U.S.
Oh, wow.
No players from North Carolina.
Okay, none. I missed by 3. I thought they might at least be
I'm
represented.
coming here this morning, said $40,000 a year.
Really?
What, to go there?
Go there.
40,000 a year to go there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about right.
I have been told.
I think North Lincoln's leading scorer, girls player, is committed to. She's got another year of high school, but Allie Smith, she's committed to High Point.
Well, if you watch Dan Patrick, he said only college he knows of in the United States that has a steakhouse on campus. High Point.
I heard that this morning.
High Point has a steakhouse on campus.
This guy said, as Tony said, they have these little kiosks scattered all over the campus that you can stop off of them and order your ribeye sandwich.
Let's go for lunch.
And Lavelle Hall has told me they should be great because they have everything that you could want in a campus.
That's what I heard.
That it's just
Beautiful.
yeah, that
Never
hard to
been on
believe
it.
because
Hidden gem.
they've been around a long time, right? But all of a sudden, somebody poured some money in there.
When they tell this morning, I don't know how much it said the president of the college even had a statue of himself
Oh, really?
on the and he is beloved. I mean, for saying it.
Oh, I thought you meant he ordered it himself.
I don't know how it was there, if he ordered it,
That's
or
funny.
if it was because they didn't elaborate. But
Yeah.
That's unique. One of the more unique statues I've seen on the campus. David and I saw it. That camel.
The camel.
The big camel as you come into campus.
You didn't make the Campbell trip either
No,
time.
I didn't.
Yeah, they got the big camel out front. I got a picture of it somewhere, but yeah, a unique name. But
Yeah,
did
my
that
granddaughter's considering Campbell.
did that come out about just because of Campbell? The name of the school is Campbell.
Campbell
and-
Camels. Is that their
Yeah.
mascot? Camels?
Yeah.
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 Of course.
It is. No, they just stuck one out there. It's Aardvark. Sounded better than Aardvark.
Well, there's a Campbell alum. His name is Bob Barker, not the Bob
that the one in
Barker.
Cherville?
Yeah.
The big
Yeah, like he's done all kind of
Well, he's not in
philanthropy for
Cherville
charity.
now, but he's
Yeah.
from Cherville.
Yeah. I mean, he's poured all kind of money
He
into
pumped
the
a bunch of
town.
money in Cherville High
Yes.
School right before I left.
Yeah.
Named the wing of a building
Yeah.
after him.
Yeah.
John Parker. Butch, I'm going to call you John because for some reason I never changed this on my phone. But his name went from Butch to John on my text. So explain that, Butch. You have to tell. I know your real name is John, but how are we switching? Are we calling you John now? Because nobody's going to know who you are.
John Parker.
Maybe he wants to go incognito. He says the coach at Queens is the new Biff of clothing in college basketball. And you know the Biff he's talking about, the former Charlotte football coach. Where's he at now? Biff? Michigan. Yeah, got that little job. No, he's not the head coach at Michigan, is he?
He was associate and filled in when the guy that got fired last
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
When he had to sit out, he was the associate head coach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Lanny, is he still there with the new coach? I don't know. Do you?
Yeah, that's.
I don't know. I'm when
Who did
Hey,
Michigan
wait a
end
minute.
up hiring?
Listen. How many billion is he worth?
Biff multi-millions.
Billion.
Yeah.
Billion.
Yes.
I'm saying he's on my staff.
He wants to be.
We might need a little extra money for
my NIL
recruits.
guy.
So that's
For
exactly
NIL,
right.
man.
I'm saying
Collective.
he's going to be on my staff because if you don't have him on the staff, he'll get 100 phone calls that day. Want to be on our staff? You know. Is there a song "Money Talks" or something like that out there?
I
Because
go
that-
back to Pink Floyd, Money.
Pink Floyd. Yeah.
AC/DC has a money talk.
Yeah, that's the one I was trying to think. I heard that recently. So that's
The
exactly
Beatles had
what I was
one
trying to think
too.
of.
Money, that's what I want. Remember?
Yeah, I'd say Well, guess what? We'll just go with Eddie Money.
Eddie
And
Money,
then-
yeah, let's
and
go
they're
with
all
Eddie.
about money. First thing I remember, Brett, you ready for the break?
Yeah.
You ready for the break? First thing I remember, that's all I'm going to give you to start with there, that's the beginning of my lyrics. We'll be back in a moment.
Make 2026 the year you finally move into your new dream home from Key Builders of Lincoln. Go online at mykeybuilders.com and check out their many floor plans. Locally owned and operated and serving this area for 24 years. Yes, serving the Piedmont of North and South Carolina. That's Key Builders, 1459 North Aspen Street in Lincoln. Your key to your new home is waiting for you from Key Builders in Lincoln.
How would you like to be your own contractor? Stop in at Bliss Buildings and Tiny Homes in Cherryville and see Robert or Hunter. 5 years in business and the only engineer stamp AutoCAD design shed to home conversions. They know the North Carolina residential code and will build your county permit package. On-site, built 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a true sleeping loft, multiple designs, cottages, cabins, studio apartments. Blessed Buildings and Tiny Homes at 2268 Lincoln Highway, Cherryville. Open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Call 704-727-8774. Open Sundays by schedule appointments only. Follow them on Facebook.
Buying a Bobcat is now easier than ever at West End Sales in Vail. Now get 0% APR financing. That means low monthly payments. Or you can get $1,200 instant rebates on selected models. Now is the time to buy. Like we said, it's easier than ever. Again, get 0% APR financing or get $1,200 instant rebate on selected Bobcat models at West End Sales at the Highway 1827 West intersection in Vail. Online at westendSales.com and like them on Facebook too.
Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln has been serving the Piedmont of North and South Carolina since 1919. Sure, they deliver to your home with home heating oils. They'll help keep you warm, but they do a whole lot more. They feature bulk fuel delivery, on-site and commercial fueling, backup generator fueling, and farm and agricultural fueling. For home or business or farms, call on Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln, 704-735-2508. Online at rhodesandbill.com, located at 1404 East Main Street in Lincoln. Like them on Facebook too.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver or visit mooneyinsurance.com.
Dr. John Clonger III, native and Lincoln High School graduate who attended UNC Dental School at Chapel Hill. In 1993, he graduated and returned home to practice with his father Les Cloninger and Uncle Robert Truman Cloninger. Dr. John Clonger III has maintained a private practice for 32 years and hasn't yielded to the corporate landscape. Dr. John Clonger III would like to thank all of his wonderful patients for their loyalty. Dr. John Clonger III and Dr. Aaron Hebner are taking new patients. They take most insurances and especially Delta Dental. Call for appointments today at 704-735-0765. Go Wolves!
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Welcome back. Glad to have you with us. Lyrics this morning from me. I'll read them to you one more time. Haven't really had anybody get them except for Brett here in the studio. Let's see. Butch, like Mike, first guess was Creedence Clearwater Revival, but I did not say. What was the first line you thought it was, Mike? I want to make sure I
I
get
thought
this.
it was CCR, Who'll Stop the Rain.
But what was the first
When
line?
the rains come, or Who'll Stop the Rains?
Long as I remember.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This one actually starts. If I can get on the right page here. The first thing I remember. The first thing I remember. Like I said, Brett's the only one got it, and then Lenny did later on. The first thing I remember, I was lying in my bed, couldn't have been no more than 1 or 2. And I remember there's a radio coming from the next room next door, and my mother laughed the way some ladies do. I'm sorry that Paul Simon is not real popular with you, Mike Powell. I apologize if you don't know Paul Simon.
He is popular with me.
Late in the evening.
Late in the evening.
Paul Simon. Without
art.
Without art. Yeah.
Right.
And we're not talking about somebody doing a painting either, right?
Right.
Without Art Garfunkel in those days. What was the reason they split up?
Well, Paul wrote all the songs, and then Art thought he was going to be a movie star, so he made a couple movies, and I don't know, just you know how they do.
Art was going to be a movie star?
Yeah, he was in a couple movies. I'm trying to remember where.
He's like us.
Carnal Knowledge.
He's like us. He's got a face for radio.
Yeah.
He don't need to be. I don't know what movies he would have starred in. I'm sure there are some if he wanted to go that route. Maybe he did.
Now, he was in one called Carnal Knowledge with Jack Nicholson. That was probably his biggest role.
Who was the star in that one?
Jack Nicholson. Oh yeah.
I was going to guess that Nicholson was. He stole the show.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson stole the show. Oh man, what's your favorite Jack Nicholson movie?
Chinatown.
Chinatown.
Yeah.
I bet most people would say The Shining.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, those three are my favorite.
Here's Johnny.
Yeah.
Don't forget The Departed. He wasn't the star of that one, but he was.
Yeah, he was in it.
Was good.
Yeah, he was like a mob boss.
Yeah.
I bet you don't. Do you guys know the movie that he kind of made his debut in acting?
I would figure it was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I believe Lenny knows.
Okay.
Easy Rider.
Easy Rider. That was
Henry Fonda.
And,
No, Peter Fonda.
Peter
Fonda. Yeah. Dennis Hopper.
We didn't go back that
Dennis
far.
Hopper's in that too, wasn't he?
Yeah. Dennis Hopper directed it. Yeah.
Dennis Hopper's great. In whatever.
So The Last Detail. You ever seen that one with Jack Nicholson? That one's good.
Last Detail.
Let's see. I'm trying to do a little.
A Few Good Men.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in
Got
100.
the great line.
He's
That
in
might be his most famous
Here's
line.
Johnny.
Here's Johnny.
You can't handle the truth.
He's even a good Joker in the
Yeah, he's a
like
good. He was a good
1990
Joker.
Batman.
Very good Joker.
90s. I don't know when it came out.
There's not a part he can't play, right? I mean, there's not one out there that.
What was that term? He's an astronaut, retired astronaut.
Okay, I think I've got this right.
Terms of endearment.
I think
Yeah,
I've got
that
this
one.
right. You guys can check me and tell me if I'm wrong. What sitcom was Johnny Carson on? Not Carson, but
Andy Griffith. Andy Griffith. Was he not on Andy Griffith?
that's it. What sitcom was he on?
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson. And Lenny already got it. So I saw it recently. That's what made me think of it on the Andy Griffith Show. So I can't remember what he was playing or
can't
anything.
either,
but,
I do remember.
Obviously, it was in his very young days of acting or whatever. Ned says Nicholson also a multiple appearances on the Andy Griffith Show. He gets that to me too. Before he became a movie star. So I didn't know he was on multiple appearances, but I did see him recently on one of those, and it's everybody gets their start some way, right? I mean that's.
Can you guys name the celebrity that was in Philadelphia for the one of the NCAA tournament games last night?
Bill Murray.
That's right.
His son, isn't he a coach at Connecticut?
He may be.
I think
It
he's an
was you-
assistant
He was
coach.
there to see you
I
come.
think
He's got a tie to Connecticut.
Because earlier he was an assistant at Xavier, because he was
Okay.
assistant at several years
He went
ago.
to Xavier games, right? Yeah.
And I think usually he's all Chicago.
Yeah.
Is Bill Murray anything Chicago?
Anything
Soon the
Chicago.
son
Yeah, he's a big Cubs
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, and Bears. And I'm not sure if he maybe he went to Northwestern. They have acting, one of the biggest acting schools. So I'm thinking maybe that's why. Maybe he's from there. Then he went to Northwestern. Maybe he didn't go to college at all because I could see that.
Yeah, I can see that too.
But
Maybe he didn't.
actually, I think he's probably a lot smarter than he wants to.
Oh, yeah.
wants
He just-
to-
that's
he'd
the
rather
image he portrays,
Rather be
isn't it?
funny and goofy, and it's made him a lot of money throughout the.
Best Bill Murray movie?
Wow.
Groundhog Day.
Well, I love that. I do love that. But Stripes,
Stripes,
I really
okay.
like.
I love Lost in Translation.
I do
That
too.
movie's not everybody's
That's
cup
an
of
art
tea,
film. I'm like
but
you. I love that one.
that movie's great.
It is.
Yeah.
With Scarlett
Johansson.
Yeah.
Well, about 10 Ghostbusters.
I mean, I love Caddyshack too, and that's on the
Well,
opposite end of the spectrum from
Now
Lost
I know
in
why,
Translation.
Now I know why he loves Lost in Translation. Is what'd you say the female actress was?
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember her first role. I think it's her first role. She was on a Robert Redford movie where he was the horse whisperer.
Yeah.
And she was about
She was like,
3 feet tall.
She was young.
Yep. She was the one got hurt
Yeah.
on the horse.
really? I didn't know she was in that film.
Yeah. As a kid. How old would you say she was when it was
Oh, maybe
filmed?
12,
Maybe
13.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. We got a movie. Had something on Mike there about movies. He didn't know. He said he didn't know that was Scarlett in that
I did not.
in that movie. I'm pretty sure it was.
It-
right?
yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah, I thought so. I am trying to find what I want to get here and look at the NCAA bracket a little bit. Games today: Duke will be taking on TCU. Duke will win over Siena. And you guys stop me anytime you want to say something.
Okay,
TCU just a
why
2-point winner
is,
over Ohio State.
Let's read between the lines. Is Big Pat going to play or not? I mean, they've been so vague about him.
My guess is he's going to play like 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
I
That's,
saw
that's just a
video.
total guess. I hadn't read anything.
I either saw video or a still shot of him practicing yesterday.
He did practice yesterday.
Okay.
That don't mean he's playing,
Right.
but
I also read that he's worn that boot off and on the whole season and before the season started.
Well, didn't he miss most of his senior year in high school with some kind of foot?
He's had a foot issue for a long time. I just don't think he's going to play major minutes since he's been out for several weeks now.
Right. Yeah.
I wouldn't think he'll start.
are we on
I would
upset
guess-
alert with every game today?
I think so.
Upset alert. I said that backwards. Are we on upset alert with every single game?
Oh yeah, I think second round anybody could lose. Anybody could lose.
And it's not even really that big of an upset now.
No.
Because I mean, most of these are
No, an 8 or 9 could be the one
And did y'all hear this last
anytime.
night? Said this is the first time that the Nines had won every.
Yeah, I did hear.
Yeah, the Nine
I didn't know
won
it was the
every-
first time, but the Nine's won every
Nines
game.
have won
I
every
heard him
game.
say all Nines. They
Yeah.
might have not been the first, but he said all Nines
Wow.
had won.
Yeah, all the Nines beat the 8s, and most of them were very
As I
close
say, those are normally
games.
not really upsets. Other
No.
than just upsets in seeding is
Yeah.
all that is
Yep.
in most cases.
What about St. Louis' performance the other night?
Yeah.
They
Billikens.
just destroyed Georgia.
Who they got
They
now?
play Michigan. I think,
Michigan.
don't
That's
they?
first game of the day.
Is it?
You got to love, what's his name, Avila?
Yeah,
guy
they
that
got all the
wears big
nicknames.
glasses.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks like a guy plays at the rec center. Don't
He does.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
But he can
Cream.
play.
Yeah, he can play.
All right, here you go with more of today's action. St. John and
That's tomorrow.
Is it okay? Well,
Isn't it?
either today or tomorrow. Then it has to be because they played yesterday.
Well, here I got the schedule in order.
All
if
right,
you
do
want.
it.
Let's give
Do
us
it.
the schedule.
St. Louis and Michigan play at noon.
I will take Michigan.
Standalone game.
Yeah.
And then Michigan State gets the other standalone game. Louisville, Michigan State at 2:45.
Will Mikael Brown play for Louisville, or do we know?
I don't think he's playing.
That'll
I
be
think-
an ugly basketball game. Michigan State by 4.
Yeah. I think it went up.
That one, I think I heard that Michael Brown was ruled out for the first weekend.
I shouldn't say ugly. It's just going to be a lot of defense.
Yeah.
And that,
And then Duke and TCU play at 5:15, and then that's when it gets rolling, where there's a game starting about every hour.
I could see Duke winning. I could see Duke losing. I could from this point on.
Oh yeah,
Duke could get beat.
Well,
from this point on, they could get beat.
Duke's
they
gonna have to
almost
play,
lost the first round. So
they're going to have to play better than they did.
Yes.
Than they played their last 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe they didn't realize. Half of these kids out there on the court were freshmen, and they just didn't realize how intense it was going to be from the get-go. Because guess what? That team's been wanting to play a team like that all year and upset them.
Oh yeah.
And that makes their year if they did.
Yeah.
Anybody's.
And Duke has missed. I know Caden Boozer's played great at point guard, but they've missed Foster's defense and his leadership.
Physicality.
Now all of a sudden, do you think that Caden Boozer will go on to the NBA?
I don't think he gets drafted
because of
I don't think
I
he's.
don't know, the way he's showing.
I don't
out.
think he's going to be drafted.
It would have to be on potential, but after seeing him these last couple games, there's a lot more potential there than we realized.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think, or there is to me anyway. But I don't know. I could see it one way or the other. He might could play again another year and be the first pick.
Yeah, he's such a
Well,
smart player.
I keep hoping that Cameron Boozer will decide to stay and play with his brother one more year,
Oh well.
and then he could be the first pick.
Y'all seen his smoke over there?
Just hope. And then at 6:10, Texas A&M and Houston. Yeah, I don't know. Texas A&M. I was kind of surprised. I thought
I didn't think they'd win.
I thought St. Mary's would beat them, and they beat St. Mary's
But
pretty
I did
easily.
hear a guy come on radio this morning coming in. He was saying they were extremely athletic, much more than the Texas A&M teams of the past. And I thought, well, they was athletic when Buzz Williams was there.
I don't think this Houston team is quite as good as last year's finalists.
Have y'all counted your brackets yet? Have you counted? I think I went
90% in one.
Oh, you did good. In one, see, I don't do that, man.
You just do one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I missed 7. There was how many games?
That's
32.
not bad.
32. I missed.
Not
I
too
think
bad.
I missed 7. Now I might have looked at your
Yeah,
sheet.
look
I was
at
looking at it real
I
fast.
didn't
But
go look last night,
but,
so I'm not sure what.
here's what the thing is: the team that won that you didn't pick, as long as they don't win the next round,
Right.
and you've got the winner,
It doesn't
then you're usually
hurt you as
okay.
bad. When you carry
But-
somebody way out.
Yeah, I think I missed
knocked out
7
early,
in
that's-
day 1.
Yeah, I hadn't lost anybody yet that I had going deep. but
Right, yeah.
It'll happen today. I feel sure.
Today or
I feel
tomorrow
sure
morning.
it'll
Well, I'm
happen
in
today.
11th place, and all are welcome.
Yeah.
So that's not very good.
11th out of like 60.
Where am I? I'm probably lower than that with 7 misses. You don't even know my name, do you, Mike?
I'm looking at it.
DKAA basketball. Not the NCAA, but DKAA basketball. Maybe it's not on there.
I see Brett's also got 260 points.
260.
87.8%.
Yeah. If you're still going down the road, you don't even have to list mine.
And that's not the percentage of correct picks. That's
No.
that's your percentile across the nation. And,
Right.
you know,
Right. Yeah. I got you.
like I'm doing better than 87%.
Lenny, did you do
Aaron
American?
Grooms.
Not that.
Aaron Grooms.
Yeah, but I mean, you did do a bracket though that
Yes,
you're
I'd
hanging on to.
I checked it earlier, but I'd missed like 5, but there's several games to play last
Yeah, David
night.
Cooper. I see David.
Okay.
72.3%, but that doesn't necessarily mean you got 250 points.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get 10
Those
10 points per correct pick in the first round.
first
So you
round.
got 25 out of 32. The leaders got 27 out of 32.
Okay.
Well,
So
everything
you're only,
really
only
close,
2
isn't
games
it?
back.
I'll take that. Who is leading? Do I know that?
There's
person?
10 people.
10
10?
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 people got 27, and then another
That's the only good thing about it. You know, you're only 2 picks,
Away.
18 people got 26.
and it's early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
We got a lot of
way
people.
too early to
This is
tell.
one of the
people in
largest
that
brackets I've ever seen. How many people? 40-some?
60 something.
60
60 something.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Not too bad. Not
No.
too bad. Those, it's hard to get. It's now hard to get the first round right, and from here on, it is. Who knows? It is.
Yeah.
Well, I did 4 brackets, and I had Clemson beating Iowa in all 4 of them.
Oh my! And they didn't. They didn't.
Let's see how many people.
What ACC teams won besides Duke?
Virginia,
Yeah, Virginia.
Louisville.
Okay.
Yeah, Miami won last night. That was another one I missed. I had Missouri beating Miami.
I think I had Miami, but I think I've only had them winning one. So.
Yeah, they play UConn.
Yeah, I only had them winning.
Or is it Purdue? Which one do they play next? It's Purdue.
Yeah. Who are the teams?
Yeah, UConn plays UCLA next.
Who are the ones left in the in that bracket with Duke and St. John?
Well, here, let's finish the schedule for today.
I was just thinking that.
Connecticut, Michigan State.
Kansas plays St. John's. That's I know you say you kind of scared of St. John's.
They're probably kind of scared of Kansas.
Kansas could beat St. John.
I know. I don't know which one I'd rather play. You know what? Duke's got to take care of themselves. They got to win before.
Oh, yeah,
before
they
you
do.
before you can even start speculating about the next round, and that's not going to be an easy game.
The little
That's
side
not gonna be an
story in
easy
that
game.
Kansas St. John's game, that best player for St. John's went to Kansas. I don't know if he ever played there, but he was 0-4.
Oh. Go ahead and finish.
7-10, Texas and Gonzaga.
Be a good one.
Texas is hot, man. They
are.
had to play in game, and they won 2 straight
That's
there.
right. We've seen it
That's
happen
somebody's
before.
building momentum.
Building
Yep.
momentum, yeah.
At 7:50, VCU and Illinois.
Is VCU in the they get automatic bid every year? They're always in it, aren't they?
No, they had to win their tournament.
But-
I know, but I'm just
Because
saying.
that,
Seems
but
like
I'm
they're
just
in
saying
it.
every
I think
year
I heard that was their first win in 11 years or
Really?
something like that. First tournament
since
win.
Shaka.
Since Shaka Khan.
8:45, Vanderbilt, Nebraska. I think that'd be a fun game to watch. And then
Football or basketball?
9:45, High Point and Arkansas. And that could be a fun one to watch too.
Yeah.
I don't know if High Point can
I'll-
keep up with Arkansas
I'll take
or
my
not.
chances on the seasoned veteran of the NCAA tournament
I think their team's building momentum too.
Yeah,
because
they are.
And they have their guard. He might be the best player, the best guard in the tournament.
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Acuff. Yeah, Darius Acuff.
not Roy.
He's averaging 23.7 assists, and he shot 44% from 3 this year. 81% from the line. He's a great player. He kind of goes under the radar a little bit because of the other big names, Peterson and Boozer and DeBonsta.
Yeah, he's really good.
This is a loaded
SEC player of the year?
freshman class.
I believe he's
He
SEC
probably
player of the
was.
year, I
Yeah.
think.
Speaking of the BYU freshman, they were talking last night that he might come back. That's ridiculous. Not coming back.
There was one single stat that I remember this year that popped up, and it was that 4 NCAA freshman basketball players scored over 40 on the same day. On one Saturday, I think it
Yeah,
was.
it's an
That
incredible
4
class.
freshmen went over 40 or more on that day.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a whole
It's a
new
great
world.
class.
Whole new world. I'll tell you that.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep, some of those freshmen are going to steal some of those spots in the draft. A lot of them.
I think
the top five's gonna be
first
freshmen.
10 might be close. The only one I can see might be going is the guy at Michigan. Might be a
Yeah.
jump in there a moment. I
Wow.
think the rest of them could be freshmen if they all come out.
If they all leave, I feel sure the top 5 are going to be freshmen.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that never happened before. 4
Well,
freshmen
they even say
scoring
the
40 on
kid,
the same
but
day.
he's hurt right now. He's playing somebody. The kid at Tennessee, they say Amen. They say
Yeah, yeah.
He's a lottery pick.
Amen.
He's a top 10.
He is,
Amen.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's so thin.
Yeah.
But it really doesn't matter in the NBA anymore. You can get away with being.
Well, let's take Showtime Slim. Isaiah Evans of Duke. He's very slender.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you something.
He can
though,
shoot it.
And nobody's as quick.
That's right. He is.
He's not as thin as Ament though.
No,
that
Amen
kid's.
is, yeah, because I think Evans has a little more meat on, kind of upper
Usually if
body.
Evans hits his first
and
three, look out.
he's really improved his
Yeah.
driving and
He has.
ball handling in the
Really
last
has.
year. He's gotten a lot better. He was just a shooter last year, but
Yeah.
He's also playing better defense.
In his
too.
case, it was a good thing that he stayed at
Well,
Duke one more year.
We always hear him, we know he went to North Meck because Brett and I saw him play in the state title game a couple years ago. But it's something else whenever they say.
They always say Fayetteville. That must be where he was born.
Yeah, might be.
Deal.
They do say Fayetteville.
When
But I think he played all 4 years at.
Yeah, he's at North
Meck.
Meck. Yeah, his whole career.
Maybe he's born in Fayetteville.
That's
Maybe
what
where
I think. That's just his birthplace.
Don't
But
reckon there's a military connection.
Very
in there,
well
are
could
they? I
be.
don't know. That's 'cause,
There happens to be a.
I'm
base
surprised he
down
hadn't told somebody yet. My hometown is Charlotte. Say Charlotte.
Yeah, but I would guess that they, the SID for each school provides that information.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, maybe that's where he wants to be known as
Maybe.
being from.
Maybe. And you never know. North Meck's got a pretty good program. He could have moved to Charlotte to play basketball. That's
true.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how long
know
he's
that
lived
fact.
in Charlotte, but I'm pretty sure he did. Was at North Meck all 4 years.
Leroy Holden, ain't that the
Used to be.
legendary
Yeah, the legend
coach
was
down
there.
at North Meck?
What's the guy's
It's a
name?
Lewis now. Something Lewis. Yeah. Is it Chip Lewis?
Ray?
It's Jeff. I believe it's Jeff Lewis. I believe
Chip.
you're right.
Jeff.
Chip
It's
Lewis?
Jeff Lewis.
Okay.
Yeah, Leroy was there for many, many years.
Yes, he was. What else you got, Brett? We got to take our.
That was it for today. I can give tomorrow's
Yeah,
schedule
go,
if you
we
want.
definitely want to hear tomorrow's too.
And the same kind of schedule. At noon, Miami and Purdue.
Be a good one.
2:45, Kentucky, Iowa State. 5:15, St. John's and Kansas. 6:10, Tennessee and Virginia. At 7:10, Iowa and Florida. 7:50, Utah State and Arizona. 8:45, UCLA and UConn. And at 9:45, Texas Tech and Alabama.
Who did Utah State beat yesterday?
Villanova.
That was the most entertaining game I watched.
It was.
I thought, to me. I mean, that one really stood out. Good, two evenly matched teams. One didn't pull away till the end, and I just that was good basketball.
Before we leave, I know I was looking in our brackets with 60 contestants. Well, for a commercial,
Okay.
about 20 people picked Arizona to win it, but historically, they always blow it when they're a top seed. Will they this year?
You know what, Mike? Every year, a lot of teams blow it.
They do.
Because when you get in there and you're some of the, if you're Duke, if you're Carolina, if you're in, I started saying
Blue blood.
Indiana. Yeah, if you're Kansas, if you're just everybody. I mean,
Yeah.
the powerhouses anyway. Florida right now. All these teams expect to win it, but only one can.
Only one can win.
So do you really call it blowing it?
Everybody's going to be disappointed. 'cause they're not
Everybody's going to be
gonna win.
disappointed.
That's right.
But
Only one team goes
team.
away
I know
happy.
what you're saying, though.
I hate to look and see what Duke's record would be as far as winning championship versus not, or Carolina's
No, not
winning
very
championship
good.
versus
There's only one
your top
club.
programs in the country are going to have way more losses in the tournament
Oh, yeah.
than they're going to not in games,
Yeah.
but way more
Failing to win
the
at a
final.
time.
And
Yeah,
here's a way to look
the
at
final
it, too.
verdict,
You got to win a lot of games to be in that position.
and one you shouldn't,
Yeah,
That's right.
usually.
and usually
Somewhere
one
along the way.
one that you stole
That's right.
along the way. But yeah, I mean, maybe back in the UCLA days when they were winning so many in a row, they
And you
great
know,
record.
just
but-
like you were talking about Duke the other day, it wouldn't just come to the wire and they won, but they were
Almost.
they were challenged.
They were very
and
challenged.
that may be the game you say. That we got.
Well-
we understand now. You got to show up and play every game.
If that didn't wake them up,
That's,
nothing will.
I remember
If
the
that
year
didn't wake them up,
Carolina
nothing
won it,
will.
said whatever back 81 or 2. James Madison gave him a 51-50 first game.
Yeah.
Well, my fear with Duke isn't that they were not ready or focused. My fear is that they're just fatigued. That
They look
that
like it.
Boozer's running out of energy.
Yeah.
he looked like it in the ACC tournament. He looked like he was
A
running
guy
out
that
of gas.
big shouldn't have to take the
And I
ball
told
up
you
court
during the
like he
ACC
does.
tournament, I said I hope Duke doesn't play until Friday
Yeah.
because they need that extra day. Well, they had to play Thursday and early Thursday.
Well, my thought on
and
the
they just looked gassed.
My
already.
thought on the ACC tournament was, if you're not going to win the tournament, let's lose in the first round. Gives you 2 more days of rest, because I'd rather go out in the first round anyway than
Yeah, good point.
get to the end and lose. But it didn't work out either. They won the tournament. I mean, you can't
And
knock winning a tournament. I don't like the tournament though. I don't.
I
Like
told
the
you the
tournament.
other day when the game was like tied. I said if Duke had lost to Florida State in the first round, they'd be up by 20 right now because they would have been rested
right.
and they would have been fired up.
Yeah, they would have been different yesterday. That's true. They were dragging and they were.
And they just haven't
vulnerable.
had many challenges this year. Once they got into ACC play, they did.
They played a good non-conference
so many easy
schedule,
games.
One of the best.
They
in the
played a
country.
good non-conference
Don't
schedule.
they have more quad one wins than anybody, or as many as anybody?
Didn't they beat Kansas?
They beat everybody.
Kansas,
Yeah.
Michigan, Florida, Kansas,
Michigan,
Yeah.
Kansas.
Michigan State.
Here's the only good
Michigan
thing about all
State.
that: they can't all beat you now. One can, but they can't all beat
Can't
you.
all beat you.
Let's see. Jason says Evans grew up in Fayetteville. Mike, get your lyrics ready. Evans grew up in Fayetteville and moved to Charlotte for his high school years. And Ned says, as North Meck is in Huntersville, maybe Evans is from Charlotte, but Huntersville or Cornelius. No, we just got it from Jason. He played all the way up through 8th grade in Fayetteville, and then wound up moving to Charlotte to play high school ball for whatever reason. I don't know what that might have been, but you never know.
Yeah, it could have been a family just had to move for something, or he could have chose North Meck for high school.
Yep.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Yes, sir.
I got lumps in my throat when I saw her coming down the aisle.
Back in a moment.
Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln has been serving the Piedmont of North and South Carolina since 1919. Sure, they deliver to your home with home heating oils. They'll help keep you warm, but they do a whole lot more. They feature bulk fuel delivery, on-site and commercial fueling, backup generator fueling, and farm and agricultural fueling. For home or business or farms, call on Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln, 704-735-2508. Online at rhodesandbill.com, located at 1404 East Main Street in Lincoln. Like them on Facebook too.
Buy more, save more at Lebo's Shoes, Western and Dance. Check out your favorite brands from Ariat, Brooks, Wrangler, and more. Buy 2 clearance items and get 20% off. Buy 3 clearance items and get 30% off. Buy 4 or more clearance items and get 40% off the lowest marked price. Stop by any of their 7 store locations, including their new store at 2128 North Carolina Highway 16 Business in Denver in the West Point Shops. Hours Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sundays, 12 to 6 p.m. Shop online at lebos.com.
Get up to $3,000 off select Polaris off-road vehicles at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell, or get financing as low as 1.99% APR for 36 months. But that's not all. Get up to $1,500 bonus bucks on new Honda Pioneer, Prowler, Talon models, and rev up the new year with the new Slingshot. Get $1,000 customer cash or financing as low as 1.99% for 36 months with no money down at Full Throttle Power Sports. 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver, or visit mooneyinsurance.com.
Trick One Automotive in Lincoln has just expanded their tire lines. Sure, they still sell Goodyear, Kelly, and Cooper, but now they also sell Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal. They have become this area's tire headquarters. If it's round and it rolls, you'll find it at Trick One Automotive in Lincoln. And don't forget, they do all types of automotive repair. This month, get a front end alignment for just $89.95 this month only. And one more thing, Trick One Automotive Center is now a distributor for Valvoline Oil. Trick One Automotive Center, 1924 Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Like them on Facebook too.
This is Creighton Kell with Kell Insurance. We have been helping people for over 25 years with all their Medicare needs. We represent the same national and local companies as the insurance agencies you see on TV. And you know what? We can sit down with you one-on-one and help you find the right plan just for you.
Kell Insurance is located beside the Cultural Center and behind Gillum Realty in downtown Lincoln. 107 North Cedar Street. Call 704-732-4646 and follow them on Facebook. Kell Insurance.
You guys hear me now through the?
I can now.
There we go. Brett has to exit with Sullivan for baseball practice this morning, so bear with us now with me at the controls. Mike, give us your lyrics.
Okay.
Once again, because
Nobody?
I moved. I moved, and we might have an answer.
I got lumps in my throat when I saw her coming down the aisle. I got wiggles in my knees when she looked at me and sweetly smiled.
Right off the bat.
Something real old, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was going to say, right off the bat for me, no
But it
idea.
has a connection to a team in the tournament. I will give you that hint.
Well, Presbyterian Blue Hose is not good. I'm trying to read Mike's mind.
Or the Long Island Sharks.
Long Island.
I told you
Sharks.
wrong the other day. I told you the other week ago the Long Island was the Blackbirds. They're the Sharks.
Right.
But then I got to looking, and they were the Blackbirds. They've changed their name.
Oh, really?
Because I thought they, because Carolina
that
played,
one would be hard just to come up with.
Carolina played them years ago, and I thought they was the Blackbirds, but they're the Sharks now. But they were the Blackbirds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like sharks.
I'm getting the question here for breakfast from Butch. Who's going to breakfast? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 here, Butch. 4 here. There you go. How about that answer? Live on the air this morning, excuse me. Ned says, I trust Jason Barber when it comes to basketball. So, okay, are you singling that out? You don't trust him on anything else? Let's see. And Butch got our number. He said okay to that. So we'll be dining here within the next 45 minutes or so. Be there before that. Hopefully dining in the next 45 minutes.
I'll even give you two more lines from the opening.
You'll have to.
Well, she looks like a model on the cover of a magazine.
Golly, now that's very familiar. Go ahead, Brett. You know it. You can say it. Looks like it.
Got it.
Say it to me. I want to hear what you say.
Little Queenie.
You got it.
When he
Chuck
said
Berry.
that last line.
Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry.
Well,
Oh,
of
hey.
course, referencing Queen.
Queen's
for
College.
making it.
Yeah.
That's an oldie, but the Rolling Stones covered it too. It's covered by a lot of people.
And the name of it was?
Little Queenie.
Little Queenie. Okay.
Go, 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 Little Queenie.
If you say so. all for it. That's funny. I like it. So we've had our, we got 3 lyrics of the day in, and we had a trivia question that the answer was Kenny Anderson.
Kenny Anderson, you said.
Yep.
like
Last,
That was a good- that
only
was a good
freshman to
question.
score
That's
25.
a new feature you've introduced. I like that.
Well, with whatever the current topic is. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Good.
But I did have one more, if it can be located here because, and I give this to Brett. And Brett, without help, didn't get it. Who is the only person to have at least 600 NBA wins as a player and as a coach? 600 more wins as a player and as a coach.
600 as a player.
600 as a player he won, 600 as a coach. And that narrows it
Elgin
down
Baylor.
because there haven't been that many.
That's right.
No, not Elgin Baylor. Brett gave it.
600
That's a good
wins
guess.
as a
Very
player.
good.
600 wins, did you say, as a player and a coach?
600 wins as a player and a coach.
Sonny something. I can't remember.
No, I'll go ahead and get you out of that because it's not.
That's a long time.
Well, he was in it a long time. that's for sure. He was in it a long time, and that's good. I'm glad that it's taken some thought.
Oscar
here.
Robertson.
I'm glad that it's taken some thought here to get the answers.
Was it a
on this.
really great player? Or really great?
I know him better for his
Phil
coaching.
Jackson.
I know him better for his coaching. No.
Not Phil Jackson?
And Ned says Bill Russell, also
Yeah, he did coach.
incorrect.
Kevin Lockery.
No. Can't say as it's. I don't even know where I heard these the other day. I think they might have been on Dan Patrick, and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna steal that," and then they came up with another one.
Lenny Wilkins.
Stole it too. Another very good guess. That would probably been my guess, but not so.
Lenny Wilkins was in there.
Not so with that one.
Don't let us go. We're gonna figure it out here a little bit. So,
When you said
We congratulated Maiden last week on their championship, the state championship in 4A girls. Now we got to do the same with North Lincoln. North Lincoln won on Friday afternoon.
that was a heck of
Very
a game.
good game. Very competitive game.
Just big plays. Lydia Cipriani made some big shots.
she did.
Allie Smith. I mean, this team. Look what they went through, David. I mean, obviously they would have been a 1 or 2 seed. Ended up being a 23. Every game on the road, and then of course the 2 at neutral sites.
Yeah. Every game on the road was self-imposed, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
But I don't know any other way to put it. But hey, you know what? Hats off to them. They were, they went on the road. Warriors went on the road, won every game, and then they got to neutral site.
I mean, they had to win at West Rowan, which had won a title a year or two before that. So,
And it was just a 3-point win, right? 3 or 4?
3.
3-point win last week over a team that had beaten them earlier this year.
and not only that, was defending won the 3A title last year and was 29-0 going into the game. And the remarkable thing is, these girls, they're just only going to get better. They don't have a senior on the team. That doesn't mean they're going to win it next year, but I mean,
it may not, but they're the favorite.
It bodes well.
Bodes well.
They definitely are going to be the favorite to win it. If all those girls come back, there was quite a few teams we should congratulate in our area for having good years in high school basketball this year. Hey, we can talk about Lenny as part of the West Lincoln girls.
You're talking about North Lincoln.
A complete turnaround.
And think of, forget the forfeits.
Yeah.
If you look at the teams that really beat them, Southeast Alamance was in the state finals. Maiden
North
won it,
Yes.
and North Mac won
Yeah.
it. So, when you start looking at that, you begin to realize.
Well, I think the coaching staff wanted to challenge them early, just to see what they need to work on. That's always a good thing.
We have almost got everything fixed. I love the 8 classifications.
Okay.
The one thing we need to fix, though, is get these charters out of public schools.
How many of them won titles?
Well, too many.
Finals?
And one of them, Mike, what was the one that
Queens Grant.
Queens Grant, wasn't it?
Grant. Who was it they beat in the state finals?
Did you say Warren County? I'm asking.
Warren County.
That's it, Warren County. They beat Warren
Because you sent me a
County.
text.
And Warren County had no chance at all. They lost by about 30, 35. But that private school, Queens Grant, had beat West Charlotte this year.
Yeah. Which won
The 8A champs.
Which won the 8A championship.
The 8A champs lost to 2A.
They're competing in a 2A.
Yeah. I don't like that. Let's get them. All you got to do, you don't have to do no realignment. You leave them in their conferences. When playoffs roll around, you got 3 brackets.
Yeah, I like that.
1A, 2A, 3A.
Let's change it for the playoffs anyway.
That's all you got to do. Change it for the playoffs. Will it require getting another venue? Yes, it will. But it's not fair to the kids. It's not fair to the public schools. Not fair to the public schools.
Exactly right.
At all. Let's see. I got another guess here from Ned Dave Cowens, and that is also an incorrect.
What about Pat Riley?
Guess. Pat Riley is not correct.
Not Pat Riley.
Saw the ages of Fairmont. They will be back. Yeah, they had not only their. He's talking about those girls. Yeah, three freshmen and 2 sophomores started on that girls team. So yes, they should be back. Yeah. Well, in this day and time,
you never know.
Of exiting and staying, and
even in high school rosters, there's going to be they're churning. I mean, you can't count on anything, right? That's the way I see it.
Yep.
Got another one, David.
Yes.
Billy Cunningham.
No.
No, not him.
K.C. Jones.
I want to say this guy. When I remember him, you got one, Mike?
No, I thought I did, but I don't.
When I remember him, I think he was coaching Golden State.
Don Nelson.
Bingo.
Don Nelson.
Don Nelson.
How about that?
Bingo.
Old Celtic.
Don Nelson. Now, I don't know his playing career.
Played Celtics for a long time.
Did he?
Didn't he?
Played
Too.
for the
Played for the
Celtics.
Celtics.
Well, that's why he was winning so many games.
Yeah.
Because they've been good since the dark ages.
Yeah.
Great trivia. I like that.
That's I love it because it wasn't something everybody could just
after about
bang,
20 tries.
You had some great games.
After 20 tries, well, I guess you process of elimination, you figure it out.
Now, here's what I should have done and seen if any of those guys in your groups is second. And they probably are.
Right.
They probably are. But Don Nelson, he just kind of gets overlooked. You know what I mean?
Right.
I
You're
mean,
right.
for the accomplishments that he had in the NBA.
Mikey, you said K.C. Jones. That was a good one.
No, I think Lenny
Whoever said that, that was a good one. K.C. Jones.
Here's you a funny one. I guess 2 wrong Celtics. That's what Ned says. I guess 2 wrong Celtics, says Ned. So, hey, nothing wrong. You were probably picking from a good organization because the Celtics have had a history of winning. I guess they're the all-time winningest franchise in the NBA, right? The Celtics would have to be. I mean, they were going long before the Lakers were even a franchise, right? And especially before the Lakers moved to
L.A.
Can you think of any other teams that when they moved, they didn't change their name and they probably should have? The Lakers,
the Jazz.
The Jazz.
Because when they in New Orleans,
they are the
Pistol
worst.
Pete was there, and they went to Utah.
They are the worst one because New Orleans is still the Jazz capital.
Yeah.
And they now are the Pelicans. You think they could trade names? Just trade names.
Just trade names.
Work out maybe a little bit better for what's close to you. Got to congratulate Bobby Reynolds getting elected into the NCHSAA High School Hall of Fame now. He'll be inducted this spring, summer, whenever they do it. Got that email the other day along with maybe 5 or 6 other people.
7 other people. 8.
7, was it that many? Yeah. But locally,
can you name?
He's the only one I recognize. Is there somebody else I should have recognized?
I didn't know any.
Okay.
I hadn't even heard that. That's new. Congratulations, Bobby.
Many titles. Bobby has won in Legion and I'm talking about state titles in Legion.
As a head coach?
Yeah.
Isn't it 11?
11.
Yeah.
6.
Woo, look at that.
High school. 5.
I got my trivia right.
As a coach.
The first time.
As a coach.
That's just
Then you have to take in the Legion title as a player at high school at Cherryville and Legion.
1982 in high school and 81 in Legion.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, that's and he just got one as an assistant last spring, right?
I always said he's running out of fingers. He's on his toes now.
He may be, but yeah, I'm at a loss here trying to figure that out. Who the others were because the computer is.
I didn't see that. I'm
moving.
Congratulations, Bobby.
Moving at a snail's pace here this morning. Topics you guys want to go over? We got about 2 or 3 minutes left. Anything that Major League Baseball starts this week. Major League Baseball Thursday.
Did you see the end? I did watch the championship game of the WBC. United States laid down again.
Yeah.
They're hitting dead. Their pitching was good enough to win against Venezuela. I mean, you give up 2 runs in 5 innings, facing the batters you're facing. The pitching done the job, but they just didn't hit.
With everything going on in Venezuela over the last several months,
that was good for them, wouldn't it?
That is good for them. That is good for
national pride.
Yeah, national pride. And I hate to say it, I think all our U.S. players play hard, but I still think those other ones play a little harder because it
I agree.
Probably means more.
Right.
Probably means more.
I'm
to
sure
Venezuela.
To me, those
Cuba and whoever.
Those Caribbean teams for sure. I think.
Yeah,
because they play year round. It's.
Oh, quick thought about high school baseball. Cherville off to a 10-0 start. By the way.
They played Kings Mountain last night.
They beat them 17-7.
Okay.
Here are your names. You can tell me if you know any of these Hall of Famers other than Coach Reynolds. You got Michael Baker out of Fairmont.
I don't know him.
You got Zoe Bell out of Charlotte. I can't see the high school here. Successful volleyball coach. The first one, first thing it says about him is coach, athletic director, basketball coach on Baker from
Fairmont.
Fairmont, yep. And then the third one on the list is Patty Evers, Elizabethtown, down east near the coast there. Greg Fry, you'll love where he's from, Mike. Woodstock, Georgia.
Loving it.
Woodstock,
Down in
Georgia.
old Woodstock.
Yep. Had a career record in basketball, 576, 124, and 5.
Where was that at?
Not too shabby. Let's see.
Seems like I've heard that name
He's
before.
from Woodstock, Georgia, but this is NCHSAA,
Right.
so I'm trying to. Yeah, Moorhead.
Moorhead.
Yeah, Moorhead. I'm guessing he was probably coaching Moorhead when they beat Lincoln then, back in the, what years would that have been, Mike? Right around
Eden
94,
Moorhead, yeah.
93, 92, something in there.
93.
Yeah. Vicki Hamilton from Charlotte.
Yeah, I know her. She was later was the county athletic director
That's what
in
it says,
Mecklenburg
right?
County
That's
when
the
I
first
was
thing
at
it
East
says.
Gaston
Was she?
coaching.
Okay.
Athletic director of Charlotte Mecklenburg.
Yeah, Vicki Hamilton. Yeah.
Beecher, B.W. Holt. I've heard the name B.W. Holt. He's from Bristol, Tennessee. Coached, no wonder I know his name. He coached football at Starmount.
Okay.
Also at Franklin. Rocky Mount Academy. Rocky Mount High School. Says Holt football record 347, 120, and 2. Leo Lockhart. Leo Lockhart out of Kinston. Baseball coach, 27 years at Kinston. Bobby Reynolds is on here, 572, 191 record as a baseball coach at East Rutherford. 6 state titles at East Rutherford, and not to mention what he's done on the Legion side. But good group.
Yeah, it is.
Just a really good group there, I think. That
You were saying that you brought up that first one, Baker. I don't know him, but when you said Fairmount, I was thinking last week when the basketball was Fairmount, and then this one made me think of. You remember Rod Griffin?
Yeah.
Played at Wake Forest.
I met him.
He's from Fairmount.
I've told you the story. I met him one time with Ryan Shelton.
Yeah, Roderick Griffin.
We get to Wake Forest and Ryan Shelton. We walk straight down the rows, right on the court, right there at the foul line, and talk to.
And he probably said,
Griffin.
"Hey, Rod, come over here."
Yeah, got somebody.
He's one of the first
want to
big
meet.
stars I remember that Wake had.
Yeah.
He obviously didn't say, "I want you to meet somebody." He said, "I've got 2 people I want to meet you," and that was me and Lavelle.
Yeah, I can remember him when I went with
And
him.
it-
Skip Brown. Skip, come over here.
And so sad he wound up in a wheelchair after a freak accident. Thanks for tuning in this morning Sports Talk. For Lenny, Mike, I'm David. Thanks a lot. We will see you right here next week.